A terrible, terrible start for the RLCS season as both NA and EU matches were delayed week 1 till sometime later this week due to massive server outages around the entire world for Rocket League. Could not be worse timing for Psionic Studios, but with that, guys, drives a great debate about the future of RLCS. Yes, we made changes from Season 8 to Season 9. More teams, more weeks, more matchups. That's what we wanted. And now, with, of course, the continuing questioning with these server issues, can we possibly get RLCS to go to LAN League? You know, with that being said, though, before we get into that debate, guys, I would say still very, very hopeful for the up-and-coming RLCS season. There were anywhere from 50 to 80,000 people watching the extended pregame show as they were trying to fix the ongoing issues. And even that being said, guys, 50 to 80,000 people watching a pre-show this season is set to be a good one for viewership. The players are there. We are there. I am super, super excited to see all of these new up-and-coming teams compete, and I cannot wait to break it down here on the channel for all of you, but it does drive the debate as those outages and delays were announced. Many pro players took to Twitter. I couldn't even screen cap them all for all of you guys. RLCS, LAN League, can it possibly happen? I mean, as I show you more and more tweets, I think it just makes a lot of sense. Even a guy like Lawler has taken to Twitter and, of course, to a video as well, how RLCS can be fixed. Although these server outages have not been a real prominent issue in terms of RLCS matches, this comes at, I would say, a very, very bad time, but very good time to actually have the message get across that every main league in esports does some sort of LAN League, some sort of face-to-face play for pro players, and it drives a lot of great viewership, and more so than that, guys, a lot of great content when these pros can actually face off in person, and that's where it counts, right? We see it at RLCS finals, but throughout the entire season, so many things can change from online to LAN, as many of us know. When it comes time to comparing to many of the main games out there, Overwatch, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, all the others that we can actually name off the top of our heads, when it comes to their main leagues, they play on LAN because those results are certainly what matters. And I think for any other esport being compared to Rocket League, they could do a very good job if they can figure it out. Obviously, it would not be a very easy issue to figure out as well. When it comes time, though, for the hardest thing to coordinate, it would be travel, right? We look towards a game that does it the best, that being League of Legends. They have studios set in each city when it comes to Europe, when it comes to China, when it comes to America. They have set studios for teams to actually travel to each and every week. A lot of teams are now based around LA for the LCS studios, therefore their travel is a lot less, and that's where the main issues would, of course, first start up when it comes time for RLCS. Where would the main cities be, and how would the teams actually get to those main cities? You know, it drives a lot of debate and a ton of discussion, especially when it comes time for a lot of RLCS teams being rival series teams. How would these non-esports organization teams, or I would say non-top tier affiliated organizations and teams in Rocket League, pay for all the travel, right? My main answer to that is this. Epic Games, they flood Fortnite with hundreds of millions of dollars. Why not give stipends to teams here and there? But again, it would be a long, strenuous process to choose the city for North America, choose a city for EU, to choose a city, of course, for other regions, Oceania, and of course, South America as well. Now, where would they all be placed? It's going to take some time, but certainly when you compare Rocket League as an up-and-coming, supposedly soon-to-be top-tier esport out there, viewership only growing, player base only growing, the storylines only growing around it, I approve of a LAN League. Now, nailing it down and getting the model correct, though, it's going to be tough to coordinate 10 teams from each and every region, or at least our primary regions, to travel week in and week out to actually have these matches. It is going to take some time, but there are not many people out there who could say this could not work and would not work. I think it would only be better for the esport going forward. If Psionics, if Epic Games are somehow listing all the pros want it, many of the talent want it, it's going to take a lot of coordination, a lot of time, a lot of money to actually get this working, but feasibility-wise, it should be a thing come sometime in the future, and I cannot wait, and I hope this delay, albeit a very, very bad message to start up RLCS, I hope it actually strikes a message about LAN League being a potential for the future. Dozens of pros want it. Do you guys want it? Until next time, though, I'll be breaking down Week 2 storylines sometime soon, along with Week 1, once those matches are actually played out. Until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll be back here all day long breaking down esports and gaming news. Until then, take care.